Yo, 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 sup everybody. Ignore the lighting in the room is pretty trash. Unlike season 2 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yeah, I cooked that up before, so I'm not that smart. Now, it's a strange thing to do the ladder for a season of a series, but it's something I've been playing around with. So, let's go with it. And it's actually the first medium I watched where I noted things on my phone so that I don't forget because I have the memory of a goldfish basically. And again, just ignore my chest. It's here for a reason, no reason. I'm just lazy and I like this shirt a lot. It makes me feel like a vampire. Too bad I don't glow in the sun like proper vampires do. Now, talking about Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Brooklyn Nine-Nine was a very slow series for me. I think I watched the first episode of the first season three times before actually getting into the series itself. But I'm glad that I kept on because it becomes very good very fast. And I think season two is building up on the first season's success and best jokes and plot lines. And it manages to deliver something that's much better than the first season. And one of the best seasons in a sitcom that I've ever seen. Admittedly, my bar is very low, but at the same time, it is a very good season of comedy. Virtually in every episode, I just laughed my ass off. So let's start with some plot lines that I found very interesting. And behold, these will be spoilers. I will have some very small spoilers. So if you just, I don't know, haven't watched it or don't want to be spoiled, I'm sorry. Skip to the end where I actually give it the letter rating, as kids say. It's cool to say the rating. Trust me, I have a younger brother. I know what's cool and what not. Um, at the end of season one, there is a very brief scene in which Gina and Boyle are sleeping together. Now, the second season kind of starts with that and continues from then on with a very interesting dynamic between the two of them until they break it off eventually because they would be like incestuous. Is that incestuous? I think it qualifies as incest, but basically they break it off. Until then, it was so fucking funny. Like nobody even noticed that was happening. That was the funniest thing because it was so obvious. And it was one of the secrets that Boyle actually kept throughout the whole series. So the thing with Boyle is, besides the fact that he is a typical loser, he cannot keep a secret. But for Gina, he managed to do so. I think Gina and Boyle would have been great together, but apparently.
Crisis. Step 1, termination. You and I will never touch again.
Damn, if I'd known it was our last time, I would have moaned more.
Step 2, containment. We need to make sure that no one else finds out.
Yeah, Jake won't tell anyone if I ask him not to. I'll handle him. You take care of Amy.
But how to make it look like an accident?
I'm not saying murder, just talk to her like a normal person.
Right, even better, get her to tell me all her little secrets. Then if she tries anything, we can destroy her.
There is another scene that I found crazily amusing, and I will add it to this episode because it's fucking amazing. In the 14th episode of the second season, there is Peralta and Jeffords. By the way, I just found out Jeffords actor actually played in White Chicks. Stupid ass me. But basically, they both get into the party and their smiles, oh my god. If you've seen the second season, you know what I'm talking about. Those smiles were crazily funny. Uh, now, the recurring theme in the series is. Oh, by the way, I spent 40 episodes of watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine just to find out Jeffords played in White Chicks. Just a reminder.
Bonier. Ah, there it is. Into the beast. I go to work. I go to work.
In case you thought I was somewhat intelligent, this is the proof I am not, or I am anything but intelligent. Now, let's go back to what I was saying. A recurring theme in the series up until now was Amy fancying Peralta. And they've been kind of dancing around the issue, finding reasons not to be together. And at some point, Peralta notices how Amy just, I think Peralta notices how she just does that with her hair, like tucks it backwards if she is into someone. And there was one scene, I don't remember in which episode because I forgotten to notice it because I'm an idiot. Oh no, I noticed, I added it. Episode 21st. At the end of it, when talking to Jake, Amy actually tucks her hair behind, which I think was a very nice touch from the creators of the show, from the director or writers. It really shows, and they kind of played off like Amy and Jake not really liking each other or shouldn't get into the relationship after all. And she tucking her hair backwards leaves the door open for that to happen. And boy, does it happen. It's amazing.
I got a new rule. I don't date cops.
Cool. Cool, yeah. Actually, that's funny. I have the same rule. No more cops. From this point on, it's strictly dating criminals.
If you break up with them, you can always send them to jail forever.
Exactly. Nice and clean. So,
Hey, I got an email from the commissioner's office about our case.
what'd they say? Ah! Ah! You got me with my thing. Great. Oh!
Throughout the season, there's been a new nemesis coming into town in Captain Wunsch. Her fighting, her fighting Captain Hoyt. Rather, it's not Captain Wunsch. It's just Wunsch. I don't remember what her rank was, but her and Holt's fights and zingers are crazily amusing. I had a few in this episode, I think, because they are peak comedy in the series, and one of the reasons that the second season is so fucking good. This second season, Captain Holt was the standout character. He delivered most of the humor. He was funny in season one, don't get me wrong, but in season two, everything explodes. Like he's crazily funny, and him and Jeffords steal the show most of the time. Him and Jeffords are the source of the best comedy in this season, and I think without them, I would have never watched the second season. I would have never finished it. But with these two in, I mean, come on, Jeffords' actor is fucking amazing, and Holt's actor as well. Too bad about the fact that he had passed away recently, semi-recently. Rest in peace. He was crazily good, a crazily good actor, and in this series, his stoic demeanor really complemented a lot of the things happening. And I know the general craziness of the station, complemented by his stoic demeanor and very serious.
Or else you were lunch meat.
Deputy Chief Wunsch is here to see you.
Oh, please stay, Diaz. I need a witness in case her head starts spinning around, or she turns into a she-wolf.
It was crazily good. Everything about the season was crazily good. I loved how Captain Holt and Jeffords interacted with the rest of the ensemble, crew, and I don't know the so with a series like this one, the most interesting thing, and not interesting, but the best scenes are actually how characters interact with each other. Let me know in the comments if I may sound deranged or stupid. I know I am both, but what I'm stressing is that in this type of a series, what is super interesting and super engaging is how characters interact with each other, how they complement each other, because they manage to make each character feel unique, and they manage to make every character likable and adding a lot of comedy to it. For one, unpopular opinion, I don't like Peralta. I don't like his acting. I don't like the character. I feel like the acting is over the top. I feel like the character is way too extra for my liking. But everybody else, I just adore. My top, as of now, is Holt, Jeffords, and Gina. I'm one of those people that actually likes Gina. I've seen on some social media platforms that the fandom really dislikes her. I think she adds an invaluable comedic part, or rather, more invaluable comedic parts to the whole story. She just is this very uh, wannabe social influencer of the group. Like, she views herself on a very high pedestal, and she views herself as much more superior to the other ones. And she seems to actually be the only one with a social life. Well, if staying on the phone continuously is a social life. But the point is, she actually has a lot of things going on besides the station. Everybody else just revolves around the station and is defined by the station, the police station. Gina, no. She's always outside of the station. She always defines herself as out of this cage, basically. Let me know if I mean make no sense at all. This is just spontaneous rant about Gina and why I like the character. The character adds a lot of comedic relief. She's like this wannabe cheerleading girl that somehow sees everybody else as the nerds in the group, in the school, and she acts like it, and she isn't afraid to just put everybody else in their places or manipulate them or do whatever she can to make her position better. She's unscrupulous, and I love characters that are unscrupulous for no fucking reason other than the betterment of their own state. And this is what's happening right now. And in this series and in this season. In this season, Gina is amazing. Her jokes are very good. Her bullying of sorts is very good. Her own superiority antics are very well made, very well thought, and very well executed. The actress does an amazing job throughout the whole season. And again, as I've stated, she's the only one who doesn't define themselves uh, in rapport to the station. That's what makes her, at least for me, so interesting. She always defines herself as her, like in no relationship, or rather, in no regard to anything else. Anything else is very uh, different than her in a bad sense. Like, I don't know how to explain that shit. Basically, everything else is everything else. Gina is Gina. That sounds like I'm 10 years old. Fucking Christ. She's her own woman. She doesn't let anything or anyone define her, unlike the other characters. That's it. That's what I'm struggling for 2 minutes to say. Well, anyways, the season is very good. You should watch it. It's one of the best seasons I've ever seen in sitcoms. It really beats everything else. The jokes are funny. They are not very offensive like most sitcoms of that period were. It's really a show for everybody, and I think it's one of the best. I think at the end of the day, this is a very sturdy and strong rating on my ladder. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. See you.